Hey there, Todd. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. My name is Seleni McGregor, and I work with business owners across the state of Utah. I'm actually based out of Utah County myself, so just a little bit further south from you guys. I put together this quick custom video for you about your online presence, specifically how you're stacking up against your competition. At this point, I'm sure you're sitting there wondering, well, why would she be doing this and what is the catch? That's a very, very fair question. Most local business owners are just too busy actually running their business. They're swamped with payroll, helping customers, answering questions, dealing with employees, just staying on top of jobs. And many times, learning how to leverage the internet to benefit your company just gets buried underneath all the other to-dos. And let's be real, half the time, the only reason we haven't hired somebody yet is that they don't know who to trust. And maybe if you have hired somebody, you're still wondering if they are truly the expert. And that's exactly why I make videos like this. I have found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of actual things that they can do to impact their business for free, it's resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, hey, I like you, Seleni, can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and you can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan that I gave to you and do it yourself, that totally works for me too. Now, let me show you 3 things that will set superior water and air above your competition. The 3 things that I want to cover today is first, content, second, citations, and third, backlinks. So first up is content. So Google isn't a human. It doesn't know exactly what you do. It needs to be told through your content. Content is basically anything that you can see here on your page that is highlighted. So it can be text, it can be pictures, it can be what the pictures are saved as, what's behind the pictures. That can all be considered context. So to give you an example here, let's run to, this picture right here. We can do a save as, and we can see what it's named as. This is just named Superior Van. Let's run down here. I saw this image. Save as HVAC Plumbing Services, Utah. So this is a little bit closer to what I'm referring to. So really with pictures, this would be the great and ideal way to leverage high volume location keyword searches by including them in the detailed image descriptions. So this one does have some in here with the services. You just want to make sure it's matching the actual keyword that is being searched for. And I'll get into that here in a minute. It'll maybe make a little bit more sense. But that is a great way to help boost your content. Again, these are all things that Google bots can read and basically get an idea of, okay, what is this business? What services do they offer? What areas are they targeting? And that's going to position you in the search ranking. So the goal is having unique and authoritative content. And you want to have enough of it to be able to add in the keywords and key phrases that people are actually searching for in Google for them to find the services that you offer. Most business owners know that they need content, but what they don't know is that in order to rank #1 on Google for plumbing, for instance, the average content count is 1,500 to 2,400 words on the homepage. Again, while making sure that it contains the right keywords and phrases that customers are actually searching for. So when I copied all your content here and threw it into this free web tool, and that just counts the content, you're looking at 998 words on your homepage. So really important and easy way to just bring up your content and boost it to the 1,500 minimum using the right keywords and key phrases. Now we're actually going to head over here to one of my tools called Ahrefs. It's a really cool tool. Typically it costs a couple $100s a month if you guys are interested to go out and get that for yourself, but it essentially gives me behind the scene details that Google's looking at when it comes to ranking a site and can get an idea of what's working well for you and your competition. So I actually ran a quick scan on your competitor here. I actually pulled up Mill Creek Plumbing. They're in the Salt Lake area as well, and they're pulling in like the top 3 positions there. So I'm just looking at their overview of their website. So it shows here they've got 214 keywords being found on their website and what type of traffic their website is driving. We're actually going to dive in here specific to the keywords, and we can take a look at the exact keywords that they're ranking for and what customers are actually searching for every month. So we're going to pay attention here into this top couple of positions here. We're going to specifically look at these keywords and how much they're being searched per month. So this keyword, they're ranking second, plumbers Salt Lake City, 1,700 searches every single month. Plumber Salt Lake City, 2,200 searches every month. Another couple high hitters, Salt Lake City Plumber at $810 per month. Salt Lake Plumber at $500. You've got another one here, Salt Lake Plumbers at $400. Several of these, those are all thousands of people between these higher ones that are searching for plumbing services every month. Again, specific to the location and the type of generic searches that people are actually putting into Google. Now, if we jump over here to your website, we get the same stuff. We can see the same overview. You've got 1,700 keywords on your website. You've got a ton of keywords, which is awesome, and what kind of traffic it's driving. Now, if we jump in here specific to your keywords, we can actually take a look and see what kind of words that you've got on your website here. Like I said, you have a ton of keywords, which is super awesome, several pages of them. But we're going to pay attention to those right off the bat. What I'm seeing here is the positioning here. And we're actually, let's sort this. It might be a little bit easier to look at. Let's sort the other way. Okay, so we're sorting in ascending order here. The highest ranked position keyword you're being found for is superior water and air. Again, super awesome. If people already know your name, it looks like you actually have a really good following, that you've got a decent volume of people actually searching that every month. Typically, we don't see volume that high in brand specific keywords because typically, think about it, when somebody needs plumbing service, unless I already have a specific plumber in mind or a specific name that I saw, I'm searching in something a lot more generic into Google, kind of more like what we were seeing over here. Plumbers Salt Lake City, Salt Lake Plumbers, things like that, because I don't know who I want. I just know that this is what I want, right? So impressive that you've got that kind of volume there, but let's take a look at your other ones. Your higher ranking, so I mean, you're already past, like that's your only high one. All of these are bottom page of the first, and then you're starting like past these ones, you're starting to get into like second page of Google here. But you are being found, this one is a decent one, Plumber Riverton, Utah with 30 volume. Affordable drain installation company, Lehigh, Utah has 10. You're ranking 5th there. This one doesn't have any volume, low volume here. And then again, we want to have a specific to location. So water softener systems, we've got 20 people. Utah County, 20 people, you're in the 9th position. So again, just looking at if we can help increase your position here and using the keywords that people are actually searching for, like look at the difference of your volume of what you guys are highest ranking in versus volume here that we're seeing from one of your high ranking competitors. What would that do to your company if you could have these thousands of people every single month searching, and if you were pulling in those top positions? Okay, so now we're actually going to jump over here into Google. We're going to type in that one keyword that's got the 2,200 searches every month, Plumber Salt Lake City. First thing that we see here is the ads section. As you know, here's the thing about ads. Ads totally can work, but they can also be a huge money pit if your foundation, like your website, isn't dialed in, or if customers are using like an ad blocker, they're not going to see the ads. So just be careful to not burn your money with Google ads until you know for sure that your site will convert. But we're not going to focus on ads. We're actually going to jump down here below the ad section to the coveted map section. So this area has a lot to do with the second important thing that we're going to talk about, which is citations. So you're probably asking yourself, well, what is a citation? Why do they matter? Well, those are great questions. So this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably even used this section, and you've possibly even thought to yourself, well, how in the world can I get my business up on here? Those are all great questions, and it's about what I'm going to show you here. So to get yourself in the top of Google, the Google Map Pack, in the top 3, the number one thing that Google looks at is a thing called citations. Well, what is a citation? So they're super simple. Citations here are just your business name, address, and phone number being listed on a bunch of online directories like these: Yelp, Yellow Pages, City Star, and so on. But they need to match your Google listing exactly. Having these citations helps Google verify you and then give relevance to your local business. So to push your business up the top 3 spots here on the Map Pack, you just need to increase your citation game. When you get more citations than your competition, especially from authoritative and industry-specific websites, your credibility boosts and you gain trust from Google, which will then push you to the top here. Now, you might be asking yourself, great, but how do I actually do that? Well, there are paid tools like WhiteSpark or Bright Local that'll tell us exactly what directories your competition here is listed on. We can go out and match what directories they're on, but we don't want to just stop there. We don't want to just match them. We want to dominate them. So what we've seen is with plumbing, for instance, they're most of the number 1 top ranked. We usually see them around 200 citations. So if you're pushed down below that, maybe on like the second or third page, you probably only have 30 or 40 citations. So we need to go out and get those citations that'll match them, but then go above that and need to beat them. Okay, so last thing that we want to talk about is backlinks. This is often called link juice. And this third pillar will really help you dominate in Google. So again, when we search Plumber Salt Lake City, when we scroll down below the map pack here, we can see here, this is the organic listing section. You can see your site is not ranked number 1, 2, 3, anywhere here on the first page of Google. Now, this is where you want to be because Google statistics have shown that the top 3 businesses on Google get about 75% of the clicks, meaning that most of your potential customers are choosing one of these first 3 results and never making it to your listing. And to get here, you just need to beat out your competition in every aspect. So you need authority. How do you get authority? Well, this is where backlinks comes into play. Simply put, a backlink is when one website links to another website online. Easiest way to think about link juice or backlinks is just thinking about it like a popularity contest back in high school. You want the coolest, most popular kid to be recommending you. So in this popularity contest, the business with the most relevant link juice or authority wins. And I say relevant because not all backlinks are created equal. So you're a plumber, right? Well, you wouldn't want a backlink from an ice cream shop to be linking back at you, right? Because you don't churn ice cream. Although that would be tasty, the backlink would be kind of useless to you. So having a backlink from a local blog or maybe a drywall company linking back to you, that would be much more effective. Now, if we actually jump over here into our tool again, we can actually see that you've got 898 backlinks pointing back to your website. Jump over here to that Mill Creek Plumbing competitor, we can see they've got 128 backlinks. Again, you might be questioning and say, well, I've got way more than them. Why am I not beating them? Again, quality over quantity. We've seen time and time again that we can have way fewer backlinks as long as they're strong, relevant sources, and they will beat out quantity any day. So again, those are the things that we can do here with Ahrefs. We can actually go into their backlinks and we can see the exact links that they've got. We can go out and get the same ones or even more relevant, strong sources and help beat them out that way. Getting you here to the top of Google, it's not magic. It's just a tried and true method, and I've shown you that exact method today. So closing, the 3 things that you're able to do today to help your online presence is just focusing on your homepage, getting it to 1,500 words with the right keywords and phrases so that you're not missing out on those high volume searches that you could be missing out on. 2, increasing your citation game, getting your name, address, and phone number out there on as many online directories as possible. And lastly, just making sure that you are increasing the quality, relevant sites that are pointing back to you guys. That way you show Google that you are the authority. If you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. Now, I know how tough the market is, and I know how dependent businesses are on third-party companies like Angie's List. I also know how painful it is to pay for leads that are shared amongst your competitors. What I've shown you today, it gives you total control over your leads and an actionable plan, having clients come straight to your door without a broker in between. So I'm sure you're wondering at this point, okay, well, what now? Well, you really have a few options. If you feel like you cannot handle any more clients this month, that is absolutely fair. Just send me a quick note saying that you watched my video, tell me your thoughts about it, and I would really appreciate your feedback. On the other hand, if you are ready to grow, you can take this blueprint and implement these 3 strategies on your very own today. I gave you the exact formula that businesses pay tons of dollars to have, and you can do it all. Now, if you want this information, or if you found this information valuable, and if you're one of those business owners still to raise their hands and ask for the most effective route, simply respond to my email. We'll set up a time to chat and dive deeper into your specific situation and see what I could do to really help your business thrive. Once again, my name is Seleni, and I look forward to your email. Have a good one.